Hey everyone, I have a 2023 Can-Am Defender and I wanted to put a radio in it. And I went to the dealership and they had these great options where you could get a whole new roof on the top. But they wanted a pretty penny for them. It's like 3,000 bucks, but it also had fog lights on the front, reverse lights in the back. It would have been pretty nice, but I didn't want to spend that much right away, so I'm gonna put a stereo in myself, and I thought I'd film so you could see what I did. One thing I did do, I put these nightlights on the back so I can have a rocker switch on my above console to turn them on for when I go backwards. I got one on both sides. And I did do this nice little triangle that's required, and I just cut a board, stuck it in here, and then right here I added a couple screws so it doesn't go anywhere. Kind of a nice little addition, makes it easy, and then I could take it out when I am trailering this UTV. So I already have off the front console because that's where I'm going to drill a hole here and then put a speaker on each side. But I wanted to show you what you're going to see when you pull this off. You do have to take the mirror off because there's a couple screws here, a couple screws there, a couple on each side. It's pretty easy. And the fasteners all have this Loctite on it, which is kind of nice. But these wires hanging down here, these are from my nightlights, and I'm going to go ahead and put them right here. There's a common, and then these two are hot when the key's on. So I'm going to put the common here and the hot here. And this right here, this is the relay that came with the fog lights wiring harness. And I just grabbed an M6 nut and put it on a stud that was already there just to keep this from flopping around. This right here is the back of the UTV, and this is the crew cab, or the Defender Max. And I wanted to show you what's under the bed liner right here, or not the bed liner, the roof liner. There's 5 different mounting studs. And I went online to find the speaker mounts. It's kind of a piece of metal or plastic that has a hole cut in it. I ordered one, so more to come on this. I don't know if I'll get this in this video or not, but that's what you see under the headliner. Right here you can see some, I don't know, not the best wiring job for my wire coming in from the fog light, but I did run the feed wire here and then another wire over to the other side. So I have 2. This is the radio I have. It's a dual MGH52. I'll put the link below for that as well. It came with these 2 larger marine speakers. Again, these were a little bit too big for the front, so I went ahead and ordered these Pioneer speakers. So these will be in the front, but I decided since I have these other 2, I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the back. But what I wanted to share with you is when I turned this radio on, it's a pretty nice radio. I wanted to share with you that it does get kind of hot after I run it for a while. So I'm going to just turn it on, and I'm going to do a temperature reading on this so you can see how hot it is. Right now it's cool to the touch, but after it runs a while, it gets quite hot. I did do a bench setup on this, so I hooked up all the wires to make sure everything worked. Wanted to do that. So now I'm going to drill the hole in the front console, and then I'll be able to start putting everything in.
I'm Tony Sarabia with
right now you can see it's 75 degrees. So we'll let it run and check it a little bit later. So here's the front console that I took out, and I'm going to be drilling a 3-inch hole here for my radio that I bought. I already drilled a couple 4 3/4 inch holes for the speakers because I wanted speakers that didn't look like they were oversized on the front. So I went with the 5-inch speakers that required a 4 3/4 inch hole. I did have to order that hole saw special. I'll put the link below. And here is the knockout that I took out for my reverse lights. Before I drilled the 3-inch hole, I wanted to find the center of that area. So I flipped it over on the back, and then it has this outline here, and I just drew a diagonal here, so I'm going to be drilling right there in the center. And I thought I'd show you the back of these holes too. You really can't tell, but it did have a outline of a circle, you know, meant to cut out for a speaker, so I just put my hole saw in that general vicinity, and I think it turned out okay. Here's the hole saw I used for that speaker, and then for the radio I'm going to be using this one. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand, but I'll give it a shot. It's been about 20 minutes and it's about 105 degrees. It does, the volume has to be up to get it pretty hot, but yesterday it was like too hot to the touch, so I must have been cranking out the music too much. But I'm going to go ahead and disconnect it here on the bench and run the wires up in the head of the UTV. Hey, as an option to the radio that I'm installing above here, I wanted to show you what I had been using. I've been using that nice stocking cap, and then I would just put my Bluetooth speaker right there. This actually rode here pretty well, but I wanted something more permanent, and I wanted a radio with AM, FM, and weather band. Well, I had the radio mounted to my panel here. It'll look pretty good, but I wanted to show you something before I undo what I did. This has an antenna, which is one thing I liked about this radio. It came with this just a wire antenna, and I taped it right here, but I think I'm gonna untape it because over in the UTV, this is all metal right here. So rather than having it go along the metal, I'm gonna run it through the top with the rear speaker wire, because up here it's nothing but plastic and it should get better reception. You can see I got the power for my radio and the power for the rear lights hooked up. So I'm going to put this thing back on it and put it all back together. I decided I was going to drill the holes and mount the speakers before I mounted this whole panel up here. I have help today, so it should be easy with 2 people, but I figured it'd be easier to mount the speakers down here. Well, it's all installed now. I had a helping hand out here helping me put this up as one piece. I had to feed the rear light switches through and hook that up. I'd hook up the antenna wire and the cables cluster for the radio, and then the speakers. But I think the speakers look pretty good. I'm glad I got the 5 1/4 inch instead of 6 1/2. I think they fit really nice there, and pretty happy with it. I think I'll maybe do a video of the back, maybe not. Let me know if you want me to, and I'll try to provide links for the radio, the speakers, the hole saws, the fog lights, the switch down below. So like, subscribe. We'll see you next time.